everybody. Welcome to another stream. Welcome to another Mitecast Saturday night, 9 o'clock. As always, I'm going to blabber on a little bit as you guys let me know if you can hear me okay. I'll start the regular spiel so we can check on our Solana showdown. But hey, we're going to talk about some numbers tonight. And I hope you're not getting your financial advice from me. That would be a terrible, horrible mistake. I want to encourage you to do your own research. And in all seriousness, everybody, there's some stuff coming out, from the White House and from different, I think Cody shared something in the mix or in a Telegram group. I really, really, really encourage you to do your research, not just with Solana, which is what Mitecoin's tied to, but in general with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other coins out there. But hey, it's important that you do your research. I want you to make good choices and wise choices. But bottom line is, we're here to talk some numbers, but we're here for fun, entertainment value only. So hopefully that's exactly what you're here for as well. And with that said, then we know what time it is, right? We got to come over here to Solana Showdown, and we've got to update this price. Excuse me. And it is 184.24. 184.24. And the price is locked in now, so I can take as much time as I want. And I sort this baby, from low to high. So obviously we got to get to be with under $1. I say this, I think almost every week, that I have a good old time, following it as I get ready for the stream. By the way, it's $40 this week because we didn't get a winner last time. So anyway, so there's the board. Yes, somebody thought it was going. A couple people thought it was going the other way, which you don't ever know. I think somebody can jump on there and let me know, but I think that when the stream was going, it was maybe, last night at midnight, it was around 177-ish. So obviously this is crazy town. That's why you're seeing some of those. But anyway, let's find out if we got a winner. Now we're getting closer. We got Sweet Pea with a little under $5. So, we're making progress. Chicken Girl is a little over $3. And there it is, guys. Q-Man. And I'm just going to tell you right now, Q-Man comes in, steals the money. When I first started checking tonight, I think Raymo she was within $1, and I think there was 4 there. And yeah, he absolutely, it was this crazy thing. Patey was in it at one point, I think Patey was off by like a penny. And I thought he's gonna, the luck of the Patey's gonna come back again. But I guess it passed on to the next generation. So anyway, I want to congratulate to Q-Man, on your score. And I will get that sent off to you. And I'm going to fix this screen on my end so that I can see all of you better. So hey, let's talk some numbers now. As far as general, actually, I'm going to write that down over here just so I know. But hey, let's talk numbers. This is a week where it's fun to talk numbers to everybody. Last time we got together, which was 7 days ago, Solana was at a whopping 159.61. And I guess this is going to be a sign right now, guys, of how crazy this price changes. I capture the price. Like I said, I know you know this now. You guys could run my streams for me. Around 8 o'clock or so, within a minute, I lock in the price, and that's what I use in my numbers. But way back then, like a little over an hour ago, it was 182.40. Or sorry, 182.60. So that's the numbers that I'm giving you, and now it's up over 184. In less than an hour. It's absolutely madness. Anyway, Solana's up over 14%. That's green, baby. Our market cap and our USD is up more than 14%, right? And that's a good sign. It's up over 17%. And as a reminder, the reason that is because, we took a lump, we took some hits over the last week or so with some sells. But guys, that's exactly what it's the way we roll. We just keep trudging on, right? And that means that even though Solana is only up over 14.4, our market cap's up over 17. So that difference there is showing up in our Mitecoin buys. We had a couple poker games this week. I got embarrassed by a new player and they rubbed it in. But that's kind of all what we're doing. We want to provide ways that it's fun and entertainment to have people plug in and buy some Mitecoin. We had another M 2015 campaign for Paidy, another opportunity to come in and buy a little bit and send it on. All of those things, and every time somebody comes in and buys, then that's absolutely, that's why these things keep going up in the positive direction. So thank you for that. Good numbers in that regard. 300,000 Mitecoin, as you know, that's a magic number to get in and do this crazy thing in our fellowship. It's, I think last week I don't have the sheet in front of me, but it was under $4 to get 300,000 Mitecoin. We're at a whopping $4.45, right? That's cheap entertainment. I'm just telling you, cheap entertainment. You get to hear me blabber on. You get a chance to win $40 like Q-Man did tonight. You get a chance to pick some cards and take my money at Texas Hold'em. So yeah, $4.45 is what it costs for 300,000 Mitecoin. And to date, before I lead into and put up the screen for Paidy's, to date, we have the fellowship has sent back over 372 million Mitecoin back into it for each other. And at the current, well, now it's over that, but when Solana was 182.60, that turned into over $5,500 worth. So appreciate that. Again, I know I say that often, and I can't say it enough. But we also have to talk about Match 'em 45 winner, and that is Mr. Paidy. And so there you have it. We had he was watching last Saturday night. So and he posted a nice post for us on Facebook. So that's the 375 from me. 5 blessings came in for another 775. That's over 1 million Mitecoin. And again, per my calculation on my little spreadsheet, back when it was 182, that was over $17 for, if he's somebody, or you can tell somebody at work for $4.45. Not only does he still have, or they would still have that, but now that just, it's almost 4x their initial investment if they came in at the very minimum. And that's just where it's at today. When you do your own research and you find out what Solana could do, and what the experts or what the people that know a lot more than me predict or say it may go to, that $17 could turn into something pretty exciting. So anyway, congratulations to Paidy on your win last week. I will say this is not, I'm just going to total freestyle this. Kind of came up just with the wife before the stream tonight. I like games. I like to make things juicy. And really, I thought about it when I checked the Solana Showdown before the stream tonight, and Paidy was in the run. He was basically dead on, and I obviously knew he had the M 2015 for Match 'em 45, and he's taken his fair share of my money in Texas Hold'em. I say all that to say I'm entertaining the idea of a trifecta bonus. So if one person in our fellowship can win the Match 'em and the Solana Showdown that night, and the week before have won a poker game, there might be a pretty juicy bonus that I'm thinking of. So always want to, and again, I'm not going to lie, that is to recognize those of you that are plugged in and active in the fellowship. And if you're giving me some of your time, hey, I would absolutely, love to give you guys an extra chance to win some dough. So that's the M 2015, and I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be I'm gonna try something here on my screens. I'm blowing out my I can't see anything right now. I'm flying a little bit naked. I can't see the chat at all. Luckily, I've got my assistant in the same room, so if things go south and we stop streaming, she'll let me know. And I know that I saw Emma on. Guys, I'm gonna post up something because we're moving into our Mitecoin Metal phase of the night, and so I want to show you the screen that I screwed up last night or last week. And my only hesitation is I'm going to show you the screen of meme coins as they are launched on Solana. And the reason I'm showing you that is because that's one thing that I was thinking of, and I think I didn't even get a chance to go through the chats last time, but I encourage those of you to jump on the Telegram group if it's something you thought you might like to do. And it is basically taking some of the Mitecoin Metal money, which I have an update. I went to the bank today, and we have Mitecoin Metal I made a special account at the bank, just so it's easier for me to keep track of. And I can tell you that this fellowship has some Mitecoin money in the bank in our town. I just have to convert that now into into our Phantom wallet. I've created a brand new Phantom wallet, brand new seed phrase from anything I own, and so it's kind of all ours. And I have that coming. And in fact, I'll tell you the price. Maybe somebody, you guys, I would tell you guys to put in the chat, the YouTube chat, what your guess is, but I can't see it anyway because it's hidden. So I'm just going to tell you that right now, the first deposit of Mitecoin Metal, and this includes all of the hunts that we've done, not just me. We've got a couple other people swinging. They've contributed all their finds. We have somebody else in our fellowship that has donated and contributed regular USD for the find, and we've actually had a couple. And then I found when I was looking for a container. Obviously you guys know I've been metal detecting for a long time. I found an old bin of my old metal detecting money. I didn't sort all of it. I just kind of grabbed the big quarters. So anyway, those are kind of, I'm throwing that all in, right? It's old money. It was my old money that was found in my bookcase, and somebody else contributed theirs. So bottom line is, guys, we have in our first deposit into our Mitecoin Metal wallet to decide what in the world we're going to do with it and how we're going to try to have some fun with it, $146.89. Okay? $146.89, and that's not too shabby. And now the reason I say that is I'm going to pop up a screen, and I guess Patey and Willie, just be mindful that I can't control these coins coming up. And everybody out there, this is obviously, that's kind of one reason why I'm trying to represent Christ in the space, because it's a little bit like the Wild West. It's a little bit anything goes, and there's all types of people out there, kind of like you might hear something waiting in line at the grocery store. So I say all that to say, I'll just show you. This is the screen of meme coins as they come out on the Solana blockchain, okay? And I know you guys can't see this, or I'm just going to update it. And up here, there's the newest pair, and you'll see that these things are coming out by the second, okay? This one was 18 seconds ago, 1 minute ago, and if you look on the far right, or not that volume, coins that have come out, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor or not, but there's a coin out there that came out, I don't know, 1 minute ago, and it has $25,000 in it. And people have spent that amount of money on it, okay? There's opportunity here. And to be fair, there's opportunity to donate everything that we try to have a really awesome run with, okay? So this right here, what I'm showing you is this is the meme coin madness. This is exactly what people, they lose a lot of money on and they make a lot of money on. And there's a lot of scammers out there. There are coins that if we go and we put $10 of our Mitecoin Metal in it, if we're not careful, maybe that project is a complete scam and we can never even get any money out, right? Those are absolutely scams out there like that. So anyway, this is a leading vote getter for something that I would love to consider. We set aside a special stream night, call it Mitecoin Metal. I don't know what we call it, but our Phantom wallet is connected to this site. I believe, I've never bought it directly from Dex Screener. I believe that our Phantom wallet can be connected. And guys, if you look at some of this, the second one from the top, this token, it's up like 33,000%. It's less than a minute and $45,000 has been on it. So for those of you that don't realize it, and this is, I guess, a good example to explain, kind of Mitecoin, some of the Mitecoin wallets and some of the, I think I've told this story before. I haven't told it recently, but in our Mitecoin fellowship, we had, I don't really call it a fellowship because what this person did, but there are people out there with a lot of money that basically scan this site that I'm showing you, and they throw a couple $100 at each one. They don't even care if it's a scam, because like on Mitecoin, they threw, I don't remember what it was, several hundred, and then they sell it immediately, because when these coins come out, that's when the price goes up the most, right? And so this person, I don't even know, they're long gone by now, but they dropped, I don't know, $400 or $500 in Mitecoin and sold it immediately, and they left with like $1,200. So that's not a millionaire story, but imagine somebody's got deep enough pockets and they do that nonstop all day with robots, with bots. Anyway, so this is the screen I wanted to show you, kind of what craziness is out there. Another one popped up 30 seconds ago. Some of them are nothing. Some of them are exciting. And yeah, that's kind of what I would like to try to do. But yeah, guys, that's pretty sweet. We've got some money to play with, and I'm not going to go out in 90-degree weather much anymore, but luckily if it cools off right into the fall, I forgot how much I love metal detecting, and by golly, if it's something that we can do together and we can throw it in, I say game on, right? Game on. So that's the update on Mitecoin Metal. I did bring the camera in with me. I got permission to do that. I'm not going to lie, I felt a little bit creepish. You know, what do you do with the camera? You don't want to point it at the person doing the coins. You don't want to point it like you're casing the joint. So I think I talked into it a little bit and I just shut it off. So anyway, you guys want to add some content or send me some videos of whatever you're doing and you think it might be good, I'll definitely edit it for you though. But anyway, I do have some content. I do updated you guys on the feed, and I've got some more TikToks coming out. If you have a shameless plug time, if you haven't liked, subscribed to not only the YouTube channel, you're obviously here if you're watching the stream, but share that, like it, subscribe. I'm just repeating everything I hear all the other people I watch say has something to do with the algorithm. I know we only have 10 people a week, but guess what? Baby steps, baby. Baby steps. So TikTok as well. Obviously, you got to be careful on that. There's a lot of garbage, as far as kids on there. But hey, we're on there. Mitecoin's on there. Mitecoin Man. Like that stuff. Share it. That's the way we get, I obviously watch that. We're getting some people sniffing around, some metal detectors, things like that. I don't want to get banned. I tried. I had a Mitecoin TikTok at the beginning, and I don't know what I said or did, but they did not like me. They booted my account. I do not. I've got a vested interest. I got my grandkids on this baby finding rings with me. I don't want to get this account, banned, but I don't really know what I did wrong. So we're just going to do it this way and talk about Mitecoin Metal a bunch. With that said, we obviously got to hit our OG, and we got to figure out if we can get a match-em winner tonight. And so we will drop this first poll. Round 1 vote. And that's a 1, and that's a 2. And hopefully that pops up for all of you. Yeah, and so, I like to mix up the board. This time I went with one little old poop kid laughing at you guys. Now, hey, you guys did well this week. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 13 little poop men against all of you. So, yes, it'll be embarrassing. And yes, I'll probably make fun of you. But you guys have been, this will be 5 in a row, I think, guys. No pressure. But we can get 5 in a row with no rollovers. And we're going to end this poll. Hopefully you guys got in. I've been blabbing on. We've got 9 votes. Number 2's the big winner again with how many? 55%. And so we're going to find out if the winning card tonight is red or black. And the winning card tonight is red. I'm going to circle red, and the reason that is, of course, I'm going to find my fancy this, and there you go, and there's the black card, okay? As always, I like to show you, and I'm going to pick this up. My goodness. A little, in fact, let me mix these up, and maybe, I'm assuming this should be easy, but I'm going to jump on round 2 first because I have a feeling I'm going to blabber on a little more later. Transition, round 2. And start poll. Round 2, vote. That's a 1 and that's a 2. And there you go. So what I was going to say is this is a $2 challenge. What I was going to say when I tried to pick up that, I forgot that I have a little card that I'm supposed to use because before the stream tonight, I cut my fingernails, okay? Because I've been digging in the dirt and they were getting long. And so what came to mind was, picked a bad week to cut my fingernails. So my question is, if you can parse that movie reference, the first one to do it, I'll send $3 of new Mitecoin. I picked a bad week to cut my fingernails. So anyway, any fans out there? I think it's easy. It should be easy if you consider yourself a fan. What movie is that referencing? And that challenge will go. No AI, by the way. No cheating, you dirty dogs. You got to know it. If you don't know it, I'll tell you at the end of the stream. The challenge is up at the end of the stream. So, all right. And it's got to be in the stream chat. So, we're up to 11 votes, and number 2 is still the big winner. So we are going to find out if it is a heart or a diamond. We're going to go under here, and hey, that is now it's back in the olden days, guys. That's like OG, because diamonds are over there. So I will, and like I said, I guess I don't know why I said put it in the chat, because I don't really look at those. And oh yeah, by the way, you only get one guess. We're gonna mix this up. We're gonna
Do you want to know what somebody said?
Throw this under. Hold on 1 second, and I've got to find round 3, and it is a heart, and a heart. Wow, this is going to be looking good, guys. Ready? Take a gander at that. Round 3, heart. So, I will actually, you know what? I will, after I do this, I will add round 3 vote. And then I'll look through and see what you guys said. That's a good idea. Round 3 vote, 1 or 2. Start your poll. How do I do that? Elf. No. Daniel Moser. It's not Elf. You are an embarrassment. You should. Well, honestly, you might get some grace, because I forget how old I am. Anybody my age or older, you may be put on probation of Mitecoin Fellowship by not knowing this reference. I expect that once I tell you, you will probably you'll say, oh, of course, now that makes sense. But, don't, you're just making them feel better. All right, cast your vote for round 3. Hey, by the way, round 3, it is basically all of you high heart people against one little poop kid, and all of you low heart people against one of you little poop kid. And Dan, if you, by the way, that board right there, Dan played in 2 poker games. One of them, he did something not very nice to me. And so I'm not sure if that's the one that he chose when he took my money or not. And so let's end this poll, and we're going to find out if it's high or low. And let me get these pop-ups off. And wow, number 1 said we're coming for the victory. Number 1 smashed it. 11 votes, 81%. This is the winning card tonight. It's going to be high or low, and the winning card tonight is low. I'm going to circle low, and that is, of course, because the high is over there. And as you OGs know, we have one more round. I will pick these up. Actually, this little pin lid is a nice little card flipper. So we're going to mix it up. One more round before the finals. And I need to find it real quick. Round 4, low heart. Put that up there. And round 4, low hearts. Now we have to find out whether it's odd or even. And, that looks like wow. Oh my goodness. Now you guys try to do it all at once. Round 4 vote. 1, 2, and cast your vote. Hey, so here it is, guys. We've got odd or even final vote, round vote, I guess, for the finals. And you have a chance to guarantee a winner, or you have to battle. Oh my goodness, Patey is going for a double win. Are you kidding me? You know why? Because he heard about the stinking triple level challenge. He's just getting his work in. But hey, guess what? As you guys vote for 4, we had 2 correct answers, but yeah, Willie came in first and Crazy Wiener Lady came in second. That's exactly right, everybody. How can you not get the airplane reference, right? I picked the bad week to stop drinking. I picked the bad week to stop smoking. What was the other one? Like, it obviously escalated, right? Like, it's pretty good. So anyway, that's classic. So we're gonna find out. I'm telling you, I got all kinds of stuff. Oh, shots fired. Emojis don't count. Hey, this is the big one right here, guys. Right here, under this one. Use my fancy pin lid if I can get under here. Number 2 is the winner. Yes. Okay. If this is odd, we've got a guaranteed winner. If this is even, then we have a problem, potentially. The winning card tonight is... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Guys, odd is over there. And that means that I'm going to stick this here and this here. And we have a low, even heart. It's been a minute since I picked these babies up. That's a 2, 4, 6. That's what we're looking at. We're going to mix them up and slide one under here and one under there and one under there. And let's go get our final board, shall we? We are looking for a low, even heart. Low, even heart, and this is exactly what it should be. So yeah, hey, this is kind of serious. We've got a potential repeat. Patey is in it for a double week in a row. Wait, I have the wrong names up. Now you're getting me nervous. Low, even heart, 2, 4, 6. Oh, wait. No, yeah. What are you talking about? You have the wrong names up there. Yeah, she's just making me nervous. This is not gonna, you guys know how nervous I get during this. I'm assuming that my lovely assistant would tell me if I had the wrong names up. So I'm gonna keep trucking and somebody else can tell me that if that's true. 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, and start poll. So there's your final vote, everybody. Low, even heart. That means we've got Dan, we've got the little poop kid, and we've got Patey going for a double win. This is pretty exciting. Dan, even though he's obviously taken my poker money, I don't think he's won a match-em before, and we all know that the poop guys won many. So there's no pressure to Dan and Patey, but you guys have, it's up to you two to keep this unbeaten rollover streak, or, this non-rollover. So get your votes in. Please pick wisely. And yeah, by the way, I didn't think of that. No, I knew Airplane. Yeah. And hope if you've not seen that, it's one of those movies where, I watched it kind of in a different life of mine, but it's hard not to call that a classic, guys. Another good one, another free movie review. Again, it's probably not kid friendly, but Top Secret. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to recommend that you check that one out as well. It's an oldie but a goodie. So let's find out if we're going to win tonight, or who's going to win, or maybe. So we've got a final vote, and it's officially over. We've got 13 votes, and we have a clear winner, number 2, with 69% of the votes. And unfortunately, we have a clear loser, number 1, with only 7%. So, guys, I hate to say it, but this is when you do not want to see your card. If this is a 2 or a 6, then one of our human fellowship members is out. If this is a 2, we say goodbye to Dan. If it's a 6, we say goodbye to Patey. The biggest loser tonight, with only 7% of the votes, is... Oh, Dan. I'm so sorry to say, but you've been eliminated. Patey, I'm so glad to say that you are in the running for a freakish double win in a row. Double win if this right here is a 6. If this is a 4, then all of you get embarrassed by this little poop kid, and you should be very embarrassed. And actually, in all seriousness, now before we do this, I guess we have never really had this situation. It's a good situation. I'm glad we have it. But off screen, I'm counting the empties on my board: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So here's the plot twist: there are 13 cards. Okay, there are 13 people voting, and as you know, if you watch the stream, you get a watch card. So that means if everybody that's watching right now and is voted or, obviously participating, you can jump on and grab up this board. And the only way that a new board will pop up is if we get a new fellowship member, because I always tell them they can always play. So that would be the only time. Otherwise, this board would go all week, and then we'll guarantee the winner. And it could be you. So, but that's, you know what? We're going to find out. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe Patey's going to whoop everybody's butt 2 weeks in a row. The winning card tonight is, oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Patey, are you kidding me, bruh? Are you kidding me? That is unbelievable. And I forgot. I get so excited to see you guys potentially winning that I forget to tell you guys about the stinking video. But you're obviously watching. You earn your bonus again, and that's juicy. So congratulations again. If you guys don't know, Patey's kind of our resident. Like, if you want to go to the casino or the dog track, or I don't know, buy a lottery ticket, between him and Crazy Wiener Lady, you basically want them at arm's length, no farther than that, and then everything's going to be just fine. So anyway, congratulations. That reminds me not to play in the next poker game that Patey's in. I will be sick or something, and that's just the way I'm gonna go. So now we got to talk about the share. And I really did feel bad. I try. You guys probably don't even notice, and I'm gonna blabber on a little bit here, and I apologize. But I feel like I owe you something, because I hate that I ask a question and I don't answer it. That's kind of, doggish. And I'm going to tell you, I tried to answer that thing. And I had in my brain how I wanted to do it. And then I realized something that, and I know that you guys, I've asked you guys on the stream, I think, and maybe even the Telegram, about like how much you remember and things like that. So I'm going to give you a quick version of kind of how I started my autobiography. And then luckily I have a sibling in here, and because she's going to quickly find out, and you guys are going to hear why the wheels fell off. Okay. So I started out the typical, I was born, June 18th, 1971 in Waterloo, Iowa, to my parents, the sixth of 7 children. Notably the only boy, so they took advantage of the only boy, and they assigned 3 middle names on the paternal and the maternal side, right? That's easy, I know that. And then I realized things quickly fell off, because what I was going to say was, obviously, so I've got 6 sisters. We lived in a single wide mobile home out in the country along a creek. And then I was going to go into my parents divorced, and my mom moved into the town. And then I realized I really have no idea. I mean, I know they divorced, obviously, but so, maybe I don't have to do it here in the chat here, sister, or anybody that knows. But I realized I have no idea how. I mean, I'm assuming that all of us lived in that trailer, but now my head's trying to think, like, how was that possible? Like, what was the setup there? I have no idea. So, and it's kind of hard to write your autobiography when you have, like, not information. So I'm curious to know, like I said, it doesn't have to be online here. Could be in a Telegram group, could be privately. It's not like it's top secret. So my parents divorced. Some point, my sisters moved to town with my mom, and my dad and I stayed for a time out in that trailer together. I have no idea, how long, like, all of us lived there. I don't remember. Maybe I was too young. I don't have any idea like how long my sisters like stayed in town with my mom and how long my dad and I stayed. I do know that my mom enlisted in the army, so she kind of bugged out a bit, and the girls moved in with us, and then my dad remarried, so that added two stepbrothers and a stepsister and a half brother, so it was a big party, and obviously that wasn't in the trailer. But this is where it gets fuzzy again. Right, I don't know the timing. I know what houses I lived in the town I grew up. I don't really know, like, I'm trying to place the order, so it's kind of hard for me to write my autobiography, right? And then here's the crazy thing. All of you, or most of you know, obviously I coach youth wrestling. Wrestling's a huge part of my life. I wrestled from third grade through high school. Was not a superstar, but I loved it. It kind of made me the person I am. And I was explaining to my lovely bride, you know, she's heard me ramble on about how poor my memory is for basically, maybe not the entire time we've been together, but for a long time. And I realized as I'm kind of going through my little autobiography, guys, from third grade to high school, and I can't really even tell you like detailed like matches. I know, like, I can't remember it's going to sound crazy. I cannot remember a single youth wrestling practice that I attended. How bananas is that? What I explained to Andrea is what I do remember are like feelings. Like a story I've told my youth wrestlers before. I was going up against a kid that was crazy good. My dad had watched him in his other matches, and he told me as soon as the whistle blows, he's going to attack and just sprawl. Okay, and that's exactly what I did. I remember doing that. I remember getting the first point, and I remember getting beat after that badly. But here's the crazy thing, and maybe it's normal. I have no idea what town that happened in. I have no idea what that kid looked like. I don't have any idea what that kid's obviously name was. But that's one of the few wrestling memories, and I wrestled a lot, that I remember. I told Andrea that like in junior high, I remember I was good for a junior high kid in my town. And, you know, the ladies were, we were interested in the girls then. And I remember that one I was interested in walked in, and I was literally put on my back. And I could see her in the stands, and I'm thinking to myself, there is no way I can get pinned in front of her, right? So, long story short, I fought. I didn't get pinned. I ended up winning. But the thing, again, the reason I tell you that story is I have no idea who that girl was. I have no idea, like, what town that was against, blah, blah, blah. I just remember the feeling of I cannot lose this. So, I don't know. I really struggled, like, how to put this thing together. There are absolutely things that I wanted to include. Part of it was, just the upbringing I had. My dad just assumed or expected a very good work ethic. I think I shared some of that as well with you. He was it was very untraditional, unorthodox, because that was the way he judged, like, how good of or how mature you were was like how good you worked or how hard you worked. It was just common that, like, I don't know, was mowing the lawn or something, and he just pulled up and he had, like, I don't know what the bottle of beer it was. It was a bigger bottle. And, there's a picture somewhere with, there's three bottles. There's him standing with the bottle in his hand, my old brother-in-law, and then there's a third one on the car where I was sitting. And it's mind-blowing that, my dad, I was not very old, but in my dad's mind, that was just, if you work like a man, you act like a man, right? And it's obviously, I'm a different person than that. And that is by no means what led my future decisions, but there's definitely a part of that background that, those of you that know me now absolutely don't recognize, the person that I would have been back then, hungover, way younger than I should have been hungover, into stuff and stealing stuff. And it was, I'll just say this, the parent that I turned into be, I would not have let, I would not have let my kids run with me as a kid. Okay, I'll just say that, for a variety of reasons. And my basically teeing the road for me. Then you may say, well, bro, how in the world do you get to run in a Christ-centered meme coin project? Well, that's for me, that journey happened in college. I think it's kind of ironic that people that maybe grow up in the church, one of the fears is their children go off to college and maybe get exposed to things that pull them out of the church. For me, it was the exact opposite. I'm a science and math guy, and so I was taking science and math courses. And I had a friend that invited me to his country church. and that changed my life forever. And the things that I learned in my science classes pointed me to say, it made it obvious to me that there's like a massive, really awesome designer in this whole thing, this big rock we're on. And then you start thinking about like, what does he expect? And then you start looking back, or at least for me, what I was and what I did. And then I realized we got a problem, right? Houston, we got a problem. So that's what led me to say, I need to be restored to the creator of this world. And that was a T in the road. Am I perfect? And have I been perfect? Of course not. But that's kind of what guides me to where we're at tonight, right? That's kind of, and then I could go in. I was going to plan on going into how I met my lovely bride in high school. She basically attacked me in study hall, and it was a very quick, I can ask her right now, honey, probably a month in, we knew we were going to get married, right? She's shaking her head yes. She even says yes on the stream. So it was kind of a whirlwind, crazy, success story, fortunately for us. We have 5 kids. We've got 1 adopted, 4 natural. And so I coach wrestling. We do daycare together. So there's all that other stuff. But anyway, I realized that when you're as old as me, your autobiography can be very long. And then I couldn't even remember some of the stuff I wanted to get started. So if you can't know the beginning, and it's not really important necessarily to my story, but I just kind of realized I have no idea of my like family background and my family history. So one more reason why I'm envious of those of you that are near family and that this stuff might come up. Our family is scattered, obviously, so there was 11 of us. We've got some on the East Coast. We've got some up in the northern Midwest where it's literally another country. We've got some over in Iowa. We've got, again, several of these. We've got some in the lower Midwest and us here. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, I know I talked long. I knew I was going to do that tonight. I apologize, but I wanted to get myself off the hook for not answering my own stream share question, because that's dirty pool. And I will make sure that I think through it so I don't put you all in that same situation. But thanks for listening. And I also want to end in prayer like always. I appreciate you guys giving me even more of your time on a Saturday night. I will try to think of another stream share question that doesn't quite as challenging. If my little version would encourage you to share. One of the reasons why I guess I do that, or I'm thinking about that, is we obviously have a lot of differences between us, but there's obviously some commonalities. And so yeah, split family. For us, again, I was born in 71. I'm guessing my dad, I don't even know, maybe was remarried. Sisters that are online, maybe 80 for some reason. I'm thinking 1980. So I was 9. Back then, split family or blended families, that wasn't necessarily like real common, and especially not one that had like 11 kids. So that's kind of a unique thing maybe that's why I can handle daycare with a lot of crying and craziness, because it's called conditioning from the youth. But anyway, I want to pray for us. I want to appreciate you guys giving me almost 45 minutes. I'll get these winnings sent out. We've got some stuff to talk about. We've got that money coming into Mitecoin Metal. We can have some fun. I definitely don't want to say blow it. We'll just say risk it. Don't want to risk it all on that crazy meme coin scene. But if it turns into something awesome, that'd be a pretty big blessing for us, I would say. And let's pray us out. Father God, I just come to you right now, and I just thank you so much for the forgiveness that you've provided for me in restoring a relationship. And I just encourage everyone to open their hearts to you and to acknowledge where you make yourself known to them. And I just pray for this project. I pray that it would glorify your name and that it would draw people close to you. I pray that it would be a Christ-like example in the meme coin space and the crypto space, and that our fellowship would represent you well. Even those that don't know you, Lord God, that we would, as a group, that we would show that there's something different about this project. I just pray for every fellowship member. I pray for their physical health. I pray that they would be healthy and strong, and that any ailments or any illness and sickness that they're dealing with, that it would just leave them, that you would heal them with your power. And I pray for broken relationships. I pray that you would restore marriages and friendships and family relationships and work relationships. I just pray that your spirit of peace and restoration would be upon all of us, and that we would be quick to listen and slow to speak and slow to become angry with everyone in our lives, Lord. I just pray that you would bless us and keep us safe during this next week. I pray that you would make yourself known to all of us, and that we might draw closer to you. Just thank you for everything. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. All right, everybody. I appreciate you guys. It's like I said, almost 45 minutes. I kind of knew I was going to be a blabbermouth. I will say I had a great day. We drove down to a 2-year-old birthday party. Just had a wonderful time rough housing with them, and it was just a blessing. Just surrounded by blessings. Blessed more than I deserve for sure. So anyway, thank you guys. I'll let you get on with your Saturday night, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye.